A 2-year-old and 2 women were held hostage in a Jeffersontown apartment on New Year's Eve, and tonight we're learning the man behind it is accused of a recent murder in Jeffersonville. Louisville's SWAT team and several other agencies worked the standoff for hours overnight, finally reaching a compromise around 6 this morning. Tonight, Rodriguez has more on what happened.
Yep, see, he gets down on the ground.
As they tried to ring in the new year,
I was looking out the living room window and I seen the police officer fly in here.
people living at Chestnut Ridge Apartments watched in horror.
They were pulling out rifles and automatic weapons.
Time went by, the more police showed up. From there on, it was just watching out the window.
Police say Christian White of Ohio was holding 2 women and a 2-year-old hostage in this apartment. White is accused of a deadly shooting that happened in a Jeffersonville home on Wednesday, where they found a woman hiding, screaming for help, and a man dead. Police believe it stemmed from a family fight. Plywood for the broken windows and damaged door at this J-Town apartment.
These are our neighbors. And I know so many people in that building.
Following a standoff that lasted for about 16 hours.
I seen the dude stick his hands up and run.
Around 1:30 p.m. on New Year's Eve, police approached Christian White and a woman when they were walking toward a car. When the 2 of them saw the officers, police say White reached for a gun and then ran back inside with her. Shortly after, police got a phone call from him.
He wanted it to be clear that his intent, who he was not playing around. He did not have plans on going back to the penitentiary.
He told police he was a convicted felon who's just been released from prison. 60 officers from J-Town, LMPD, and SWAT offered backup.
It was pretty wild. I mean, everybody kept coming out and the police were nice enough to tell them to get back in.
At one point, I'm like, give me the equipment. I'll bust the door down. I want this done. You can't leave the apartment. You can't come out. You can't do anything.
Police brought White's family members from Ohio to try to convince him to release the women and the 2-year-old. Finally, around midnight on New Year's Day, the child was let go, followed by one of the women at 2 a.m. Then just before 6 o'clock in the morning,
There's a huge boom.
police threw gas into the apartment, forcing White and the last woman to run out.
And I'd like to really commend those crisis intervention, those negotiators for getting those hostages released and getting us to the outcome of where we are here today.
White was taken into jail. Police will present murder charges to the Clark County prosecutor.
Guess it's gonna be a better New Year now that that's taken care of.
Police have several search warrants they're executing as this investigation continues. Reporting in Jeffersontown, Rodriguez, WHES 11 News.